All right, I'm going to a store that sells products for animals. I want to get a few things for DK and Little Diddy. Where do you think I should go? And don't say Petco. Let's see. I'll tell you what. So I don't forget anything, I'm going to write a list. I want 40 oranges, maybe a few bags of apples, monkey biscuits, and apple juice. Don't forget that.
Yes, we're still digging through the list of announcements from that Nintendo Direct that took place this summer. What a show that was, right guys? Today, the game we're talking about is a game called Donkey Kong Returns HD. This is a game that was originally released on the Wii and then re-released again on the 3DS, and now it's being re-released again on the Switch. And today, we're going to talk about that new version. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Beth, the one and only.
When it comes to the Switch, Nintendo has really been on a roll with their first-party output. Just about every franchise they hold has been on a really big heyday with the Switch. Mario games are plentiful, Zelda games are plentiful, we got more attention for Metroid than we've seen in years. However, there are a few franchises that haven't received as much love as others, and one of those is Donkey Kong. So this game is met with some very warm and happy reception from Donkey Kong fans. Even if they did want a new game instead, it's something at least. So from here, we're gonna get right into the beautiful trailer. It starts out with DK throwing a tantrum of some kind inside of his house.
Beating the crap out of something, actually.
Even though this is a remaster of a game that's pretty old at this point, its graphics have aged very well. As I've said in the past, the kind of toony, colorful graphics like this are usually some of the most gracefully aging graphics in gaming, and this is just another example of that, because it's a game that came out several years ago, but it doesn't look much different than, say, a cartoony platformer that would be made brand new today, and that's just because those kind of cartoony graphics are so timeless.
There's a lot of charm to be had with DK. It's a very cozy holiday game. It's the kind of game that you can pull an all-nighter with. There is something very special about it. Just like all the other Nintendo games, Nintendo's always had something special about it, where you always remember the games, and there's always this cozy like value to them to make you keep coming to them over and over again. It's truly amazing.
Even though this isn't a full-scale remake, it really does seem like they've done a lot to kind of bring this game up to current graphical standards. Certainly if you compared this version to the old Wii version, you would notice a pretty big difference. I know some people are mad because they think there's too many remasters or too many remakes happening, but whenever a remaster or a remake means that an old game is now playable on modern hardware, I am 100% for that, because I love game preservation. And this is exactly what this does. It makes a game that was previously stuck on obsolete hardware playable on modern hardware, and in the process they've done a lot to add some quality of life improvements to it, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, as a good rule of thumb going forward, a game should never be more than one console behind.
According to the trailer, the story is pretty simplistic. There's this entity called the Tiki Tak Tribe that has hypnotized all of the wildlife and stolen all of DK's bananas. What a savage.
Yeah, so going back to the first of the video, when he was beating the crap out of something, it was one of those baddies from the Tiki Tak Tribe. And also, afterwards, after he expels him from his house and or shack, he beats his little chest to establish his territory. And on the adventure he goes. Fun fact, did you know that gorillas don't actually have a preference for bananas? But DK surely does.
And with that simple ideal of a story in mind, the game starts. We see in the trailer that there's your typical jumping on enemies. Donkey Kong has his pounding ability. He has a rolling ability. In many ways, this seems to be a very standard, typical side-scrolling platformer experience. However, it is one that is very elevated by its charm. The characters and the world really hold it up just because everything is so iconic, and that adds tons to the experience.
Like I said, there's hidden potential that Nintendo should really consider tapping into as far as DK is concerned. It has a lot left in the tank.
It seems like there's all type of different movement in this game. We see sliding, we see swinging, we see Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong riding on a rocket-like object. It seems like there's a lot of fast-paced situations in the game, which is always a fun time for platformers.
Rambay is back, everybody!
Later in the trailer, we find out that you can also ride on Rambay, and we also hear that the game has two-player co-op, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, Rambay is fully intact, horde and all. It's just beautiful to see him again, and this time in high definition.
And it's also nice that this game has some couch co-op. For a while, those kind of games were getting to be very rare, and it really warms my heart to see more of those, because they can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it can be a good party game, an all-nighter game with a friend. You know, the co-op thing is definitely something that I think we need more of. I understand that not everybody can, co-op, they may not want that option, it may not be accessible to them. It's still good to have.
Also, look at this giant squid monster. Isn't he kind of neat? I just really like him. There's something about him. He seems like he might be trustworthy.
I never trust a squid.
You know, for a minute there, I thought that I was going to feel sympathetic towards a squid, but now I'm just hungry.
No, dude, you have to understand. If I teach you anything, let me teach you this. Never trust a squid.
Okay, what about Squidward?
Don't trust Squidward. Are you kidding me? He's the standoffish artist type. Don't trust him.
The game also seems to be pretty large by platformer standards. We hear that the game has over 80 levels, and it also includes all of the bonus levels that were in the 3DS version. So this is very much a definitive version of the game. I'm very happy to hear that no content was left out. That's always nice to see.
Anyways, guys, it would have been a really good game for Christmas, but unfortunately, it's coming out January, so it'll be really good for Christmas 2025. If you have a little person in your life, a little man, a little girl that you want to get into gaming, this would be a good opportunity to introduce them. DK is an absolutely marvelous game for things like that.
Yeah, these first-party Nintendo games are timeless. They'll still be more than relevant in a year.
It's very good. It's a very good gateway game. Try it.
It may not be that new game that everyone wanted, and I understand that, but it is a Donkey Kong game that is now playable on modern hardware, and considering that we haven't had a new Donkey Kong game since Tropical Freeze, any Donkey Kong release is a win for Donkey Kong fans. And hopefully eventually we get that new game. Maybe another side-scroller type, or maybe even a new 3D Donkey Kong. That would be really cool to see, but whether it'll ever happen or not, I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate your viewership. If you liked the video, give us a subscribe, and if you didn't, tell us why.
Please.
Alright, see you next time.
See you.
Thank you.